Hi, it's Christina with the Sisyphean Journal. I'm going to link again below to a video about the magical birth canal. And I suggested that they do a Legalization Fairy video where the Legalization Fairy sprinkles safety dust over abortion so that no woman ever dies again, even though some women do die. But they don't, because the abortion was legal. She's not dead, right? And some smart aleck replied, "What's your point? There are something like 700 pregnancy-related deaths in the U.S., 800 per day worldwide. Most of those are in Africa. Do you want me to name them all?" Now, there's several ways I can go with this, and I'm going to do a separate video for every one of them. Number one, supposedly the whole reason we had to legalize abortion was to prevent women's abortion malpractice deaths. We had to get rid of the back alley and the coat hanger. But if you look at abortion deaths trends, you didn't need legalization. It was falling, and it was getting better all the time without having to legalize. So obviously there was another reason why they were pushing for legalization, especially when you look at the fact that it looks like for every rank amateur that, because of market pressure, got closed down, because, you know, instead of Dr. Munson having to kind of keep a low profile about his abortions, he could advertise them in the newspapers. He could, you know, so, you know, the veterinarian and the dentist and the nurse had to kind of hang up their instruments because, you know, Dr. Munson was taking all their customers now. For every one of them that shut down, you had a Munson who got sloppy. I know of 3 criminal abortionists: Benjamin Munson, Mylan Vooch, and Jesse Ketchum. I could not link a single pre-legalization abortion death to them, and all 3 of them got appallingly sloppy after legalization. Each of them had 2 patients die, and not only was there never a peep out of the women's safety self-appointed guardians, if you Google Mylan Vooch and Benjamin Munson, everything you get from pro-choicers is going to be, what wonderful, oh, they were wonderful, they were heroes to women. You know, Mylan Vooch, he challenged the DC abortion law. Sure, he killed Wilma Harris and Jeannie English, but, you know, you have to crack a few eggs to make an omelet. What's a couple of dead, insert your favorite derogatory word for women that you consider disposable? And Munson, oh, he bravely and stalwartly provided illegal abortions. And, you know, so he sent Linda Padfield home with most of the fetus still in her body, and she died. And he didn't learn his lessons, and he did the same thing with Yvonne Mesteth. Who cares, right? You know, the fact that that happened and that the pro-choice movement doesn't care tells me that the whole idea that this was about safety is a lie. Okay? So, yes, I can look at, say, Anthony Fauci and the crap he's pulled over his career and the probably several million people in the U.S. alone who have died because of stuff he's pulled. Yes, that's a much, much bigger death toll than the National Abortion Federation and Planned Parenthood put together, unless you're counting the babies. But I'm assuming pro-choicers are happy when the babies die, because shout your abortion! Yeah! See? Look at this! That dismembered fetus! I did it! Yay! Yay for me! Look how I pulverized a 20-gram fetus! That makes me a strong woman. Fine. You don't care about the dead baby. My thing is, you don't care about the dead women either. Whatever it is, be honest about it. If it was the woman's safety, you would not be seeing all these hyographic obituaries for Mylan Vooch or Ben Munson. And we've got, what's his name? Oh, come on. The guy who did the illegal abortions with Gosnell. Harvey Karman. Google Harvey Karman. You're all going to see one pro-choice thing after another about what a hero he was because he invented the Karman cannula. The fact that he killed Joyce Johnson in an illegal abortion in a motel room doesn't matter. This dead woman, they're totally indifferent to this dead woman. They're totally indifferent to the women who very nearly died Mother's Day 1972 in Philadelphia. They don't care about the women. And that's the point I'm making. That legalization was never intended to protect the woman at all. It was intended to protect the doctor from going to prison. Now, I'm sure that there are other pro-choicers who have other reasons besides just they love abortionists. I mean, some of them, who knows? We've got Fast Eddie Allred, who's credited with inventing the 5-minute abortion. And he was a brazen racist. He wanted to abort black and Hispanic babies. He referred to poor women as sullen black women for whom cranking out babies is their only form of industry. And that's why he wanted to do abortions, because he wanted the dead black fetuses. He did not want as many black children being born alive. And for him, I'm sure the dead woman, if she was black or Hispanic, was probably a bonus because he was a racist. And it could be that, you know, that any particular pro-choicer, the reason they want abortion happening is because they know that it's disproportionately black women climbing on the abortion table, and they want to keep those numbers down. And they, too, consider, you know, the death of Shamika Shaw or Cree Irwin Shepherd or Adrika Good, that they consider those bonus deaths, you know, like Ebenezer Scrooge. Let them die and decrease the surplus population. What I want is honesty. It's about the honesty. Don't pretend that the reason you want abortion legal is to protect the women, because if it was, you would be handling things far differently from the way you are. The pro-choice movement would be the ones running the Abortion Docs website. The pro-choice movement was never about the woman being safe, and that's the point.